Organisations could understand that if they're going to lead people through change, the first step that needs to happen is to acknowledge people's emotional state before we can expect people to buy in. Because when we are in that situation, it's not about intuition. Intuition, we all know what the fight or flight response is. It's about being counterintuitive. It's the ability to be able to take a step back and say, wait a minute, maybe there's another way. Because I want to know how, in the midst of change, I don't take on what everyone else is doing. I don't buy into the herd mentality, but I'm able to take a step back and be the objective observer of my own experience. And instead of reacting, I want to find a way to respond. Do I respond to life or do I react to life? Big difference. Big difference. Are you responding to change or are you reacting to change? Last week, I was at the National Limousine Association convention, chauffeur transportation. Now, I probably don't need to say very much. As soon as I say what I'm about to say, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Two gentlemen in 2008 who were standing on a snowy street in Paris and couldn't catch a taxi. What did they discover? Uber. Tap the app. 2008, 2009, we just talked about what kind of time we were in this country. But that didn't fluster these two. Even though they were somewhere else, they were in Europe, the point is they had an idea. And they were able to rise to the challenge and create a new reality. My question to you is, are we aware of where our customers are going? Because I'll tell you what happens in the hospitality industry, in the meetings industry, as a speaker, I understand exactly, we're in exactly the same position because people are going to tell you what they thought of your event. People tell you what they thought about your experience. We heard the speaker previously talking about creating experiences for people. You're going to have people who rate your events and their experience and their hotel stays and their experience with your product over the top. They're going to say, this was fantastic, I am totally satisfied. And then for some reason you don't even understand, they disappear. And they disappear because someone enters into your traditional space and creates a new reality. That's how it works. But what some people do is they don't know how to manage the disruption. Now, as I said, highly interactive, highly participatory. So I want to show you something. And in order to do this, I would like all of you to just draw a straight line. Now, this is really easy. You've already got it coming up in front of you. So you draw a straight line and draw a dip. And I'm going to explain what happens when we go through disruption, when we go through change. We find ourselves, first of all, in our current state, yes? So we're just riding along the highway of life. All of a sudden, what happens? We find ourselves in an altered state. There's some kind of disruption, some kind of change. You see, I like to illustrate things in very simple concepts. I also believe that this happens to be the peaks and valleys of life. Isn't that what life is? Life is full of ups and downs. We heard about our amazing speaker prior talking about health challenges, going through those peaks and valleys. And then once we've gone through that change, then we do what? We come back up again and we find ourselves in a new state. But this is what it actually looks like. For some people, the continuum actually is no longer a continuum because we reach a new point and we get to another level and we're operating at a higher level than we were previously. Although there are some people that they are not in an altered state at all. In fact, they don't change. They don't even realise what's happened. They don't even realise that life has passed them by. And what some of them do is that in that state of unconsciousness, they remain static. The greatest enemy when we're in times that are positive is complacency. We don't move. So it's either, as I said, reacting or responding.